Our crews here are combing through this document that the DA's office has put out. And Bridget, we were talking earlier about our contacts with the Hamilton family and about some of their frustration. Obviously, this is not the outcome they were looking for, but one of their frustrations throughout this was the fact that Ferguson happened since, New York happened since, those decisions came down, and yet this one was still taking longer.
Yes, yeah, that is a lot of their frustration. And Vince, we heard on Friday with those latest protests that we saw going into the weekend, a lot of those protesters saying they didn't think they were going to get the outcome that they wanted. All of the signs were pointing to that. They said this large amount of time, several months span, of course, since that shooting was indicative that this was not going to be coming out in their favor. And what's interesting, too, is I'm still looking through this report. Of course, it's, about 25 pages long or so, is that the DA got the report from the Justice Department on August 8th, and he's been reviewing things ever since and putting all of this together. So it's interesting the amount of time that the Milwaukee District Attorney spent actually reviewing what the Department of Justice found. And I'm looking more, too, at the exact timing of the altercation between Officer Manning and Dontre Hamilton at the time when it looks like things got out of control. I'm just going to read directly from this report for you here. It says, as he attempted to place his hands on Hamilton, he, of course, is Officer Manning, Hamilton trapped Manny's hands between his arms and his body. Then later the report goes on to say that Manny hit the emergency button on his radio but could not engage it because of the ongoing struggle. Manny states that he felt he was out of options and that he had to escalate to drawing his weapon in the hope that Hamilton would stop. Manny states that he pushed away from Hamilton and was trying to draw his weapon when he felt a baton blow from Hamilton to his right neck area. Hamilton continued to advance on Manny, and Manny pushed away Hamilton with his left arm and pointed his firearm with one hand at Hamilton's chest area. Now, some of this is corroborated by those witnesses. Again, very busy area, middle of the day. People observing this from both on the ground and from their office windows. Several people saying they saw Hamilton in an aggressive position. They noted that he had that baton that he had taken from Officer Manning. So all of this seems to have corroborated what Officer Manning was saying. And again, the DA saying that he was justified in his use of force against Dontre Hamilton in Red Arrow Park that afternoon in downtown Milwaukee. So 14 shots ended up being fired as a result of all of this. Vince?
All right, Bridget Shanahan live in our newsroom. And again, the